Really quick, because I actually realized that doing the Nodec compiler video would actually be pretty fast. I'm still waiting for YouTube to respond to OBS. There we go. Okay, so as I mentioned in the Universe or Univ Money video, I referred a lot to Nodec or Node compiler. So I think they were nice enough to follow me on Twitter as well. Let me see if they. Oh yeah, I already showed it, but you can see it here too. And then follower number 7. Actually, I'm kind of curious, who's the other person? Okay, so yeah, so basically he's getting all the influencers and stuff, and that's great. No orders for doing buybacks and birds. You've always heard. Sure, I will retweet that. I mean, technically, it is a good idea to compound, at least a little bit. And it's pretty obvious to me that these guys definitely prefer Telegram over Discord. I personally like Discord, obviously, because I hate Telegram, but, you know, whatever. And they're already listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Like, they got listed really quick, which is pretty insane for, like, a brand new project, especially with all the scams coming out there. So I forgot to mention this guy, Colossus Calls. I mean, I did mention him in the last video, but here we're going to actually go over this because he's the one that I'm really relying on to like kind of check out Nodec for me, because I obviously can't, I really don't know how to read a contract address because I thought I would have to read actual code. And it's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. But I mean, it kind of checks out so far. So basically, Nodec or Node compiler is kind of like an ETF style investment fund, if you want to use that as a term. They did a stealth launch, and they really don't have a whole lot. The website doesn't look that good, so we're just gonna really have to rely on Discord, the Twitter, or the Telegram. Apparently, the Telegram is where Nodec really is, but the Discord's pretty cool, so I'm in there too. And pretty much they just buy like a bunch of projects and then they just get the yield farm. So let's say you wanted to do Universe, right? You wanted to do Playmates, RND, which I'm not in. They invested in something called Vapor Nodes. In fact, we should actually go to their Twitter here. Okay. And let's see, Vapor Nodes. Where is... They had a tweet about Vapor Nodes. Yeah, here we go. They spent 200 Avax 2 hours ago to buy Vapor Nodes, and then right after that they started buying Playmates or RND. So if we go to Vapor Nodes, this is what they invested in. Connect with MetaMask, yes. Okay, so I gotta load up my dummy account. Okay, so they have it's like basically another universe fork type of deal, and they seem to all be calling themselves nodes. You know, not the most glamorous word, but you know, I don't make the rules here. Running nodes 13,786. So basically, they have like, think of it as 13,786 planets if you want to use a universe analogy, and then it cost a minimum of 15,000 Vapor Node coins. And then I think their documentation here said it was supposed to be 25,000. I'm not planning to invest in this, so whatever. All right, and then in exchange, you get 1% ROI per day. So yeah, so it's 1% of whatever you invest here. So in an interesting way, this is actually much lower APY than Universe. But here's the thing: when I looked at their documentation, I didn't see a word at all mentioning the word burn. So eventually, they're just going to have more supply than Universe. So then again, I'm just like, you know, I kind of don't want to deal with that. And again, I'm already prepared. That's my stupid radiator. And again, I'm already got like my short-term play plan, which is pump and dump on the launch day. So I just try to make quick profits, right? Which is actually really good. It's actually a really good way to make dough. It's like I went from 52 AVAX to 72. So not bad, not bad. I don't know what kind of return that is. That's like a what? 40% return? So approximately? Yeah, like a 38% return in one day. I mean, where else in the world can you like, you know, make 38% return on your money in like a couple hours? And obviously, you know, I was going all in because obviously I only want to do that on legit projects. For more like For more sketchy projects, I only put in a little bit. Like for example, when I first heard of NoDeck from this Colossus Calls guy, I was like, well, this could be a rug pull. I just saw a bunch of rug pulls earlier yesterday, so like, yeah, I'll just put in like a little bit. But they seem okay, right? So I was willing to tolerate it. So yeah, I'm all right with it, you know. And apparently, there's actually like a limit of 5 trillion NoDeck coins in any wallet address. I'm not really sure if I'm seeing that though. And you can only sell 2.5 trillion per transaction. Again, I don't really see that either, but because I've seen people sell like 3.5 trillion, so I don't know if that actually works. So anyway, NoDeck has been going up pretty well. It's still too new, so that's why I'm in 15 minutes. We look at D or 1 day. This is basically what it looks like. It's just going straight up and then correction, straight up, correction. But overall, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, sorry about the stupid radiator, but I can't do anything about it. And it's also cold out there, so the radiator is going nuts. I'm just glad I have heat for once. But otherwise, it looks like a pretty good consolidation, and it's going trending up. So, and of course, I see a lot of buys. Now, the reason why I like NoDeck, right, or Node Compiler, is because the supply actually does not appear to be going up. It's like everything is self-contained. It's not like everything else where the supply is going to keep going up and up and up, and you got to rely on burn mechanisms. Here, it's just fixed at 1 quadrillion, million, billion, trillion. Yeah, 1 quadrillion. So, and then they just said in the Discord that they're planning to do a burn within 24 hours. Oh, but then I just retweeted that the Telegram group says they need to compound first before burning. Which sucks because I really wanted the burn here because, again, what's the thing I always complain about or talk about, right? The circulating supply. This is actually what matters. You can have everything else, a good dev, good or halfway decent developer. You can have the website, fancy graphics, and a good community, but they're all going to get killed by hyperinflation, right? I mean, hyperinflation literally takes out entire governments, right? You just look up Weimar Germany, the most infamous, I should say, example of hyperinflation, or Zimbabwe, right? What happened? Well, I don't know about Zimbabwe, but obviously we know about, Germany, and then it became 1930s, 1940s Germany. Right, I want to avoid certain bad words because if I'm gonna be growing this YouTube now, I gotta clean up my act a little bit so I can get that YouTube revenue. All right, there are alternative ways to fight the system anyway. So for now, this thing's just gonna go up and down. The pumpers and dumpers just coming in and out. So they'll compound. They'll probably tell everybody the transaction address, right? Full transparency. But NoDeck is gonna pop off basically when we get the burn, so we can permanently destroy the supply, because this thing can't go up much further. It'll still go up, hopefully, a lot, but not like, 10,000x until we start reducing the supply quickly. Or at least just start reducing it. And they need to start paying out, like, rewards in some form. Because I don't care about the reward. I care that they just do it so that everyone will see that this is a legit, like, fully legit project and they can do what they say. So because of all those technically uncertainties and risk factors, but I still think they're pretty honest, I put in like whatever, right? So I put in like, I don't even know really, like 7.5 Avax worth, or maybe 5. I don't know. The problem is I bought pretty early yesterday. I sold a little bit and then I bought back in a little, another 5. So I don't know what the thing is. All I know is if I wanted to make profit, I gotta get this thing to be at like 16, because they're chopping off all the zeros. So basically where it says 16, right now it's at 1057. And then I make like, I could, do a quick flip if I wanted, but I don't want to do that. I actually want to hold this thing. And then there's technically, and then of course Colossus Call said, let's see. Yeah, so here's Universe Money, right? Univ Money retweeting Node Compiler. So that's how other people are finding about, NoDeck. So far, like all the right people are, and then they also retweeted a guy that's followed by TechDev. If I can find that person. Oh yeah, shit, because I'm not on there. That was Colossus thing. Here, let me see if I can find this guy. Yeah, so this guy isn't that big, but he's followed by the TechDev. Right, this guy. The actual freaking tech dev. Also, why did they? I don't know. I could have sworn it was verified. So a guy. So basically, it's kind of like SEO, right? A link to a link. So from a legitimate source on down, it passes authority. So this is basically what's happening. So basically, I saw all these social signals that basically told me that this is a legit project. I'm right, and this guy who's followed by tech dev bought Nodec. So I was like, okay, I'll buy some too. All right. So they're doing really well, and then Colossus calls. Actually, it was right down. I'll just go back down here. Jeez. Colossus calls, and then he's talking about Nodec here. Patience paying off. Blah blah blah. Chad's. That's a paid thing. Okay. Oh man, I might have to go to his Telegram. But basically, this Colossus Calls guy basically did some research and he said everything kind of checks out, so he wants to take a look. Okay, and then after late night, current token value 42% keeps on rising, and then he's talking about Universe in there. Yeah, so I didn't look too much into his past calls. I just want to know if he can continue doing pretty well now. So that's why I'm gonna follow this guy. And he put out a new tweet talking about. Actually, it's not a new tweet. He actually put it only on his Telegram. Ah, jeez, this is gonna be a little irritating. All right, so luckily I can just do preview channel, so I don't have to mess with OBS. So he's talking about Univ doing well, blah blah blah. He's bullish. So am I. I'm like somewhat bullish on Universe, like enough that I'm willing to consider it a safe play, like Titano, because it's more foundational. Because right now, we just, like, there's so much risk in the market right now, especially since I listened to Greg Manarino's video. There's going to be one more hit in the stock markets, I think, because the energy market needs to correct. And then after we get that correction in the energy market, crude oil specifically, then we're going to start popping off. We don't know when that'll happen. And on top of that, we still have to deal with the stupid Federal Reserve. All right, so he put 2 lightning bolts here, which means it's one step above risky. So just be careful. And of course, if he puts 5 lightning bolts, it's like safest. So this is a fairly risky bet. But there's a node compiler competitor called Unipay, which I heard about, but I did not go into because, again, what's the first thing I always think? Rug pull scam. So that's the first thing I want to wait on. But he did say they locked the liquidity for 1 month. So, okay, so good sign. So I did buy some Unipay. I'm probably gonna do a separate video on that. I think I'll just do it tomorrow because this is my second video today. I'm like, I don't know. I really should just keep working more and more and then take tomorrow off. But you know what? We'll just wait. You know, good things do come to those who wait. But this is like a bonus for people who actually watch my videos. You can get the content ahead of time by watching my whole thing. So this is a node compiler competitor. I don't want to talk too much about it because, again, I'm just, I want to do other things. I also want to relax. I haven't eaten anything yet. And again, node compiler does well, goes up, goes down. There's a lot of fees. So, okay, so I talked about the circulating supply. It's fixed. Once the buybacks and burns happen, this guy's going straight up, of course, assuming it's legit. Colossus Calls checked out the thing. He said NoDeck looks pretty good. I know it's in here somewhere. Yeah, it looks solid. You're not already pre-launch, stealth, snipers, blah, 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 blah. He said he's I'm just taking this guy's word for it, that's why. But let's say I'm wrong, and then, that's why you don't put too much in there. But I was willing to put in like a somewhat semi-sizable bet of like 5 to 7.5 Avax. I mean, that's my net investment in there. I pulled a little profit out, I think, and it's like, what? I don't feel like thinking about it. So here, this is actually their treasury, or at least one of their treasury addresses. They actually have 2. So the first treasury has 1 universe planet, and then the other 2 are over here. So it's this address. This is the one that I was looking at. In fact, when I replied to someone on the node compiler replies asking, actually I could probably find it right here. Yeah, there was this one. You could see my reply here because I was answering this guy. And thanks, Lewis, for following me on Twitter and YouTube or Discord or something. I think you're following me on Twitter. But yeah, I answered his question, and then they said they bought Playmates, and then I found the thing here, and then he said, thank you. So, Yeah, but again, at the time they did not announce it because they were actually in the process. Because I was watching this transaction, they were in the process of buying all the playmates to then mint it into these mansions. So they bought a bunch of playmates, RND, or I just call them either, and then they turned it into mansions. So they're making some pretty good big plays. This is their treasury. They're making money, blah blah blah, and then of course they're spending it. So they just spent a bunch of Avax to do probably liquidity pool stuff, maybe. Yeah, I'm seeing add liquidity or something. Yeah, so so I guess they're manually refilling the liquidity. So how would they do that? I mean, I guess if you're going to interact with the contract, because they did lock the contract for Nodec. So I think maybe what they did was they just simply bought in the open market. So one of these transactions is probably the Treasury doing some form of buyback. Just to make sure that this liquidity number here is looking healthy. Works for me. Just pump that shit. Alright, so basically there's a tax system for a node compiler as well. So pretty much it just taxes all the node compilers. So let's say you get like 1 billion, you lose about 10 to 15 or 12%. And it goes into like, not this address, but the other address. And then I guess that address sells it for Avax. So basically this thing just receives Avax periodically. Oh wow, he just bought a lot of something. Oh yeah, there's also wavax.net. What is this thing? Because I've seen the treasuries and liquidity pools buy this thing. Token tracker. All right. Well, it definitely has a lot of something. Connect your wallet by connecting the connect button. So is this like a pancake swap type of website? So I guess you just wrap your AVAX and that's like the official thing. Alright, but anyway, they're just spending a lot, so then they've been 100% transparent so far and the liquidity's locked, so whatever, I don't care. Alright, because obviously they're doing whatever it is they're going to do. In fact, here it is. Yeah, so so it looks like they're actually just making sure the liquidity is secure. That's what it looks like it's doing. And of course, I'm seeing good pumps in here too. So yeah, so in real time, yeah, making money. I'm not gonna sell. I'm not selling. It's like, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna pump and dump this. I'm just gonna hold this guy. Looking pretty promising. Now the problem is vapor nodes and playmates are hyperinflation because they have no burn mechanism apparently. That's gonna drag us down a little bit, but I mean, as long as they keep buying more universe, then I like whatever. And it is a nice ETF style. Plus, they do all the research for you. So you want to again, it's like an ETF. In my case, I would buy the individual company because I'm willing to take the extra mile, right? I mean, that's why I do these YouTube videos. Well, let's say you don't want to do that, but you still want to be like in the energy market. So you buy an energy ETF. So these guys, this is the perfect solution. You want to be in universe, and universe like forks, but a lot are scams. I'm losing my voice. So what do? You want to buy an ET. This frog in my throat's so annoying. So you want to buy a ETF that invests in all this for you, and then you get mostly the dividends from it. I gotta stop talking because my voice is fine, but it's just a stupid it's Satan trying to screw up the content. So anyway, you don't want to do all that. You just buy this, and then again you just get your rewards eventually, because that's the remaining risks. But so far, it looks pretty good. All right, and I see there, and again they seem really friendly. They followed me pretty quick, so I'm like, all right, cool. And yeah, you can just look at this. Maybe they'll create more addresses, but I'm sure if they do that, they'll tweet it out and put a Discord, Telegram, blah blah blah. So I'm looking forward to NoDeck. I'm gonna need. I already bought Unipay as per Colossus Call's thing over here. He deliberately also held back too. I actually kind of like that too, right? Because I tend to really jump the gun, right? And I get into a lot of financial trouble because of that, right? Luckily, I don't do that in real life. That's why everyone likes me, and then cops don't want to murder my ass. Well, not yet anyway. Right? Because cops are going crazy nowadays. I'll read chat in just a second. So this is a node compiler copycat essentially. So I bought a little bit. I bought like 0.4 because this thing is so much cheaper, right? We look at their deck screener for Unipay. So it's a good gamble. All right. So this is actually like 10%. It's 90% cheaper than Node compiler, I think. The problem is there's so many zeros. So I screwed up here. No, this is 9 zeros. Oh, God, now this thing is going out. This is down to 8 zeros. So Node compiler is, I think, 10 times more valuable than Unipay. And they're doing the same thing too, but this is brand new. So I was like, all right, whatever. Plus their chart action looks slightly better than Node compiler's chart action. So then Colossus called it 2 out of 5 risk factor, with 1 being riskiest and 5 being safest. So all right, I'm willing to play. I'm willing to gamble. What's my latest take on Aranos? Oh yeah, so you didn't see my last video. So I'm out of Aranos. I dumped Palace. In fact, I left Palace Discord, I think. I did not leave Poseidon. Basically, I dumped all my shit. I'm only in Titano. I'm no longer in God Staking / Zeus. I'm waiting on Hera because I have the whitelist. And plus, the guy who's running Hera is actually in our secret. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I started talking about the secret group and the 2 secret projects in my last video. So make sure you watch the Universe, which is this video that I just did like an hour ago. Because no compiler here has invested in Universe, and Universe already retweeted them. All right, you can just verify yourself. I don't want to keep this video too long. So these are all related, right? Because now I want to start going for the safe shit. Because I just like we're just getting killed with all this like high risk Titano fork idiots. Like it's just like we're sick and tired. And then again, I made 20 Avax just pump and dumping Playmate / Red Light District node yesterday. Like it's like, oh wow, it's like okay, it's like this is how you gotta play it, you know. How do you buy Node compiler? Will do. Yeah, I'm gonna put a description in my YouTube. In fact, let me do that right now. If I can find, okay, so this is the deck screener, and then just go Trader Joe or Bog Swap. I was getting errors on Bog Swap, right? Because that's why it's blank here. So if you go to Bog Swap directly and you put in the contract address for NoDeck, you're gonna waste gas fees because it doesn't work. You have to use Trader Joe. And the slippage is anywhere from 12 to 17%. Because right now this shit's like flying out of control. So, because again, there's a tax system for node compiler, both on buy and sell. That's how the Treasury. I gotta refresh my YouTube. Oh yeah, what am I doing that for? I can type it right here in OBS. There you go. I put the deck screener for you guys, so just use that. And yeah, this thing's popping off. So we'll see. Just remember, still consider it risky, right? Just don't go too crazy. And again, it's already so ultra cheap, so you don't need to put in that much. I mean, you see this guy right here. He's like, yeah, I'll put in like 20% AVAX. And he already has like 11.6 billion. Because this is going to be more of a longer term play, right? Yeah. So anyway, that's the Treasury here. Let's see, because he's doing a lot right now. Yeah, see, it just went up a little bit. So it just went up under 2 AVAX. So as long as these buys and sells keep occurring, eventually that Treasury, with no compiled Treasury, keeps going up. And then, of course, they're already locking tokens in, right? There's 2 plants here. 1 planet in the first Treasury. I don't know why it's split like that. Whatever. He just bought now a bunch of 135 wrapped AVAX, right, for liquidity reasons probably. And he's got 55 mansions and Playmates. So, and remember, all of these tokens are permanently locked, right? These are perma-locked. So you have to pull income from it or compound or whatever, right? Because you're not getting those tokens back. That's right. So you play this. So yeah, I like it. It's like, you know, Titano was great. Titano forks don't bother because the base Titano does not have deflation of some kind or utility. But all these universe and universe type of forks, the legit ones, they all have built-in burn and locking tokens to remove the supply here, right? Playmates does not have burning and taxes, or not nearly as good. So that's why I'm not in Playmates. But again, you know, no compiler, you know, their job is to just buy a bunch of these. You have the high risk and the low risk, just like any ETF, and that's really good. And that's funny, Jack Murphy. Yeah, yeah, I can't say the words. No, I guess I could say the erotica guy. That's funny. All right, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We'll see if Unipay also pulls out. I haven't bothered doing the research, so I'll just wait till whatever. In fact, yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I'll wait till tomorrow or whatever. Next time I do this, I'll take a deeper look. But I'm pretty tired. I gotta save energy too for the next launch, whenever that is. You know, again, I got my secret elite crypto group. You know, we're all on top of all this shit now, so you know. Works for me. Works for me. But yeah, just watch out. Eventually, I'll do video. Like once I get the go ahead, well, I'll talk about the secret Titano fork and the secret Universe fork. Because again, we're all getting pretty tired of all the scam forks, and we're also it also sucks that we don't get in on launch day or whitelisted, right? Because imagine if you got in a node compiler and you were like the bots that bought this at the bottom. You're literally up like 300, 400x, which is 30 to 40,000%, or is that no? That's 300,000 or 400,000. I don't know. Like basically, you turn like $100 into like $1 million or 100 grand, like something that astronomically stupid high. So that's basically what we want to do. And of course, it's all the legit people that you've seen. They all they run projects and well, they're not the devs, but they run the mods, so all of them from Palace and Poseidon and Ranos and Gaze. Yeah, and of course you got me. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, this guy's popping off. So, all right. So let's see how this plays out, and then I will see you in the next video because I don't see any more chatters. But yeah, let's try to keep this video. It's 27 minutes. I don't know how I'm able to keep these things or whatever. But yeah, this is it's looking all right. It's looking all right. And 24 of them still looks pretty healthy, and these other metrics look healthy. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And then again, some of my profits are going to Universe. Actually, how is Universe doing? It's been going up. Yeah, now it's at 47.21. I bought it when it was at like 4,000 or 3,900. So this thing is already, so I'm already up 25% already, just buying this dip. But of course, I minted them planets, because I actually want the planets, so. Well, that's fine. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, so Universe going off, because I think people have actually figured out, A, they're getting tired of scam forks, so they're just going with, that's why Titano's going up right now, too. It's doing really well. In fact, where was the last transaction? Oh, it was 3 minutes ago, so it's back. So it's doing pretty well. Right, this is doing well, so yeah. And again, as I just said in my video, because it's now live, right? I'm trying to SEO and rank for Universe money, or in Univ. Yeah, the current supply actually has been going down. It's now been going up a little bit because I think people are selling coins. Yeah, it was at 794, now it's back up at 798, but that's fine. This used to be 20.4, 20.8 billion. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. And again, we'll see. Eventually, there will be an equilibrium point. So, which is fine. I mean, Titano Play is doing exactly what it is. It doesn't take much to actually get the odds. I don't want to say what the number is, but I actually have 100 Titano in this jackpot. I have a 1 in 35,000 chance of winning all this. As of right now, obviously my odds will probably lower once the timer gets bigger, but yeah. But yeah, you actually have a very good chance of winning this pot if you put in an okay amount. It's actually not that bad. Univ, NoDeck, yeah. Okay, I'm actually excited, so I'm gonna log off. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. It'll actually probably be Unipay. And then I don't know. I guess we'll do some research on it. I don't know, but let's just wait, because if Unipay just sucks or is like a rug pull scam, I kind of don't want to do a video about that. So, all right, thanks, and yeah, let's hope NoDeck also pays off, right? Because the Universe is paying off already. No, it's going back up. People are dumping. Well, these guys need to hurry up and start minting. Oh, wait, this is NoDeck. Yeah, the Universe people need to start minting some planets, man. Or however it works to lower this circulating supply. I don't even know what I should put here. All right, we'll just make this the front thing. All right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, spread the videos around, because the bigger I can make this channel, because I'm going to start changing like content formats. I'm going to really aggressively grow this channel now by just covering a bunch of launch projects, especially because I want to start pumping and dumping a bunch of these launch projects, but I'm not going to be investing in pretty much any of them. All right, I already got the elite group now, so well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching, and see you next video.